Good morning. For those of you who don't know, my name is Maya Karen. I run a fashion blog called Classically Kept. It does feature luxury, contemporary, and how to style, and now natural hair care and hair care topics. If you are into any of those things, please consider subscribing to my channel and also tell people about the community. So today is Monday the 27th. So you guys know that I am getting ready to apply the traditional, Chebe the traditional way. I know a lot of you are not on Instagram. If you are interested, I do have 2 lives for the very first time that I did this application. So today is Monday. My hair has been washed, shampooed, deep conditioned, scalp has been cleansed, all of that. So this time I'm going to show you how I apply the Chebe powder the traditional way, okay? So you guys know that for the Chebe grease, I reapply every 4 days, and then the Chebe powder, I reapply every 5 days. So on Friday, which will be day 5, I will be on Instagram doing another live, just a Q&A and just a chit chat, okay? So this is the first application. It is 11:08. And I just want to go over a few points, and I'm going to say this first point several times in this video. Please, 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 when it comes to the Chebe powder, do not put it on your scalp. I get this question all the time. The reason being is that, number one, the women of Chad who this originates from, they do not put it on their scalp either. They've been doing this since forever, okay? The reason why is because it can actually irritate your scalp and it can clog your pores. If you watch some of the videos on YouTube, there are some women who will say the exact same thing, and there are also women who will say that it actually irritated their scalp so bad that they had to rewash their hair, okay? So if you don't take anything else away from this video, please, 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 if you are going to try Chebe, do not put it on your scalp, okay? And I'm doing that because there's water dripping. The next thing is elongating your strands, and I've been getting this question a lot here and on Instagram. Have I noticed the elongation of my strands, or have I noticed my curl pattern has loosened? Me personally, my curl pattern has loosened because my hair is long, but as far as for the Chebe, has the Chebe itself elongated my strands? I have not noticed that, but I'm also getting ready to be, I think, only 3 months in. Maybe that will happen 6 months to a year. I don't know. And the reason why I know that is because when I wet my hair, when I wash my hair, my curls come right back up. They suck right back up. Before we start talking about the mixture, because I keep getting this question and I kind of know what people are talking about, because I get the question on here and I get it on Instagram. People keep asking me, have I noticed my hair growing? Chebe is not meant to make your hair grow. The ingredients, how it's made, and things like that, it is not meant to make your hair grow. It aids in moisture retention and it aids in length retention. I think what people are asking when they're asking that question is, are you able to retain, or have you retained all of your length? My question, or my answer as of right now, is going to be yes. My ends are just as thick and as full as they were when I got my ends trimmed in January. So you guys know that the 3-month mark with the Chebe is coming up June 18th. I'll be doing a progress report for that. And then also, if you started to follow me in January, you guys know that I am working on my nape area, which is my problem area that has thinned out. Had a conversation with my hairstylist. We kind of figured out what was going on with that. So I will be going back to her at the 6-month mark just to make sure that everything is okay, and for a trim if needed, okay? So when we're talking about the Chebe, just remember, it does not help your hair grow. It aids in length retention with the moisture, and it also strengthens the hair, okay? So now let's get into the mixture and the actual Chebe powder. The traditional way that the Chebe women, the women of Chad do it, is that first they wet their hair. I can skip that step because my hair is already wet, and at this point it is damp. They wet their hair first, and then they have some type of mixture. It comes in like this light blue container. They use car oil, and they also use, I think it's called Tuffy or Jiffy or something like that. I do not have access to that. But this is just Chebe powder itself. So I want to make this clear. The Chebe powder that I'm going to be using just for the Chebe layer is going to be the Sahel Cosmetics Chebe, okay? And I do have an applicator brush, and I will explain why in a second. But this is what the Chebe looks like. It is just the powder, okay? The mixture. With the mixture, there's a whole bunch of things in here. I have my curl enhancing smoothie in here. I have a few essential oils. I have avocado oil, and I also have my amla leave-in. Instead of applying the leave-in and then applying the mixture and then applying the Chebe powder, I just put it all in here, okay? And it looks like this, and there is actual Chebe powder in this mixture. The Chebe powder in this mixture comes from Odara Naturals. You guys know that I have partnered with them. It was Odara Naturals, now it is Dara Body Works. The owner is claiming that people were having a hard time pronouncing Odara, okay? So the way that it works is, first I am going to wet my hair. First you wet your hair or you damp your hair. My hair is already damp. You do the mixture, then you do a lebe. I've been watching too much Real Housewives. Then you do a layer of Chebe powder itself, and then to seal in, you do a mixture and then you braid. Yes, I'm going back to the braids. I'm not very happy about it, but I explained this before. I understand why the women of Chad braid, and I understand why they braid so tight or so taut. It definitely keeps the moisture in. So this is what my hair looks like. You guys know that I wash my hair in 6 sections, and that's exactly how I am going to apply the Chebe. Now these bigger sections I will break down into 2 or 3 braids. Let me turn around so you can see. But my hair is freshly washed, and there is no product in my hair as of right now, okay? And today, because we always talk about what I'm going to watch, today I want to watch The Little Mermaid. So let's put this top section up. And also, I am sitting in my bathroom and I do have one of those shower curtains in this area because it is very messy, if you are not aware. And we're gonna put everything else up and out of the way, okay? So let's go ahead and take this out. Okay. And my hair has also been detangled. If you are not aware, if you are just joining the journey, I have decided to stop detangling, or I have decided to stop using detangling tools. I think I'm about a month or a month and a half in, and I love it. Okay, so remember, first we're going to dampen the hair. My hair is already damp. I'm going to take the mixture first. And someone asked me why I start at the bottom. It's just a habit. So I'm going to take my mixture and I'm just going to apply it. And I'm going to go all the way up the hair shaft. Again, please, 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 please do not put this, let me get a little closer. Do not put this on your scalp, please. Y'all know that I find doing my hair very therapeutic. However, I do not have the time to completely rewash my hair, okay? I don't think anybody does. All right, so we have a layer of the mixture. Now we're going to go in, and I'm going to go in and I'm going to add a layer of just Chebe powder, okay? So we're gonna put this up. And actually, let me get a couple of paper towels. Okay, so now we're just gonna add a layer of Chebe powder. The reason why I'm using an applicator brush, and I saw somebody else do this online, is because it's still going to be very messy, but it's not going to be as messy if I'm just dipping my fingers in there. So what I'm going to do, you see me tapping, I'm going to dip my applicator brush in the mixture just a little bit, like that. And this is just the first time that you have to do this. I'm going to take some like this, and I'm going to start this from the top. Okay? Tap, and I'm literally just going to brush down like that. Kind of like, we all know what it looks like, but kind of like applying a relaxer. And I'm just gonna go down my hair shaft. Okay, I'm at the end, so let me move my finger a little bit. Just like that. Okay, and then I'm just gonna go on the back side. Okay, so we have our layer of Chebe, and then to seal everything, I'm just going to apply the mixture, and I'm going to be generous. Again, please, 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 please do not put this on your scalp. Okay, just like that. And then if I feel like any areas are missing, I would just add some. Okay, all my hairs are down. So now we're going to braid. Unfortunately, we're going back to the braids. Now, as far as the braids are concerned, you want to make sure that you are braiding tightly or taut. That will help with the moisture retention, and that will help with keeping the Chebe in your hair. So take your time with this. I'm getting better with the braiding, but it's just been so long that I have not braided. Y'all know I love twists. And then also I am thinking about trying the Chebe with twist. Let me know in the comments if you want to see that as well. I'm pretty sure it will work, but I think more moisture will be released than in braids. And also I think powder will definitely get everywhere when it comes to the twist. So I'm just braiding. Now I can't remember, I'm thinking, and I can do this at the end, but I'm thinking for the ends, I'll put flexi rods. Okay, so this is what my hand looks like. This is what this hand looks like. So my hair will dry, and so this is just not sitting and we don't want to waste anything. I'm literally just going to take my hand and go down the braid, and right here, I'm not gonna pick it up because my hands are messy, but right here, I'm just gonna plop it right back down in the mixture, right? I don't know if you heard that, but it just plopped, okay? So the first one is done, and we're gonna move on. And as a matter of fact, you know what? We'll just continue because my hair is already wet, so I'll just continue with this middle section. That way the excess is in the bowl, and then the rest of it that was on my hands is now in my hair. And I can also make sure that I'm getting the tangles and snarls out, or if any are left. Okay, and now that's what my hand looks like. Much better. Okay, but now I'm just gonna take the same thing, Start at the ends, it's just a habit. And you already know what I'm getting ready to say. Please, 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 please do not put this on your scalp. Okay, so we have our layer of the mixture. Now it's time to do the Chebe layer. And remember, this is the Chebe powder layer. It's just Chebe. And I'll be able to show you better when I come to the side and when I come to the front. Now I'm just looking in the mirror. Remember, we're just going down the hair shaft. Okay, I've reached the end on the front side. I'm just gonna brush. The back side at the end and brush. All right, so we've done our mixture. We have our Chebe layer. Now we're going to seal with the mixture. Remember, this mixture has Chebe powder in it. Please, 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 please do not put this on your scalp. Okay, just smoothing the hair down. This out of my lap. I don't want to spill it. That'll be just my luck. All right, and now it's time to braid. So we're gonna do our 3 sections. And remember, we want to do it tight, well, taut, tight, not so tight that there's tension. But tight enough that the braid is basically flat and smooth. And you can do that, you know, smooth it out as you go down. Take your time. This process is not meant to be rushed. Okay, so towards the end, I'm gonna put some rods at the ends just to keep them stretched. But this is what it looks like. So remember, with the excess, I'm just gonna take it from the braid and I'm just gonna go all the way down the braid. I don't know if you heard that plop, but it just plopped, but there it was, okay? All right, so that one's done. This is how my hands look. So we're going to take this and we're going to put it on this lower third section right here so that we don't waste anything. Okay, so now I have moved on to the top portion or the top half of the back. So we have these two sections right here, and you guys know I am doing permanent parts for 2024. So let's work on the bottom one. Hair has been detangled, so the hair is already wet or damp. So I am going to add the mixture first. The mixture does have Chebe in it, so please, 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 please do not put it on your scalp. Let me just get a little bit closer. And I'm literally just working it through my hair. And this gets easier and faster as you go because you know what you're doing. Also, it's gonna get easier and faster for me because I'm going to be more acquainted with or get better acquainted with braiding. There. Okay, so we have our layer. Now, I'm sorry, we have our mixture. Now we're going to do our Chebe layer. Get a little closer so you can see. Just gonna take it and just go like that. Okay, that's the front. Now let's do the back side. I'm just turning it over to show you. And just like that. Move up some. Okay, that is our Chebe layer. So now I'm just going to add the mixture layer. And we can start this from the top. Remember, we're not putting it on the scalp. The ends. All right, the hair has been coated, so it's time to braid. And I try to make these sections as even as possible because you don't want to, when you get down to the lower part of your braid, you don't want to start borrowing hair. Okay, so remember, it's going to be either one. It can be tight or taut. I'm just going to do taut when it comes to my roots, but I will be braiding tight. One thing that I have noticed that works is just making sure that as you are braiding down, just make sure you're smooth, like going down in a downward motion, smoothing out. Because you want, when you're braiding tight, you don't want the braid to kind of like twist and turn. You want it to be flat. I'm realizing that that also helps as well. So that's why the smoothing part works, and just make sure that whatever direction you're braiding in, make sure you continue that. So for me at the scalp, it's not really tight, it's taut, I will say, but I am braiding the hair tight. I'm taking my time. Let's see if I can get a little closer so I can show you what I mean. You see how right here it's very tight, but it's also flat. So if I turn it this way, you can just see it going down even like that. That's what I mean. It shouldn't be twisting and turning. When I first did this, the braids were going each and every way, but I've since gotten better. And you see as I'm going down, I'm smoothing. You see it still remains flat. And every now and again, I'm smoothing. And then of course, as you get to the ends, it does become easier. And just repetition will help as well. Okay, so you see my ends, you see how messy they are. I'm going to just twist my ends for a second. That's what it looks like. So now I'm just going to, well, I can bring it right here. Same thing that I did with the rest of them. I'm just going to take my hand and I'm just going to go down with the excess. Let me see if you can hear the plop. That was just the plop if you heard it, okay? So, by like this, because it's not really on the palm of my hand, it's more so right here. So now I'm just going to take the top section, the top half of this section, and this excess, I'm just gonna put it in my hair so we're not wasting. Of course, I'm going to go back and add more, but I do want to clean up my hands a little bit. Okay, so all of that stuff that was in or on my hands is now in my hair. That looks so much better. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue. Hair wants to keep escaping. Again, I'm getting close, but I'm not going to put it on my scalp. Chebe does not go on the scalp. The reason being, it will irritate your scalp and it has the potential to clog your pores. So if you are trying Chebe, please do not put it on your scalp or do not apply it to your scalp, okay? My hair has been coated, so we did the mixture. Now it's time to move on to the powder, the Chebe powder, just the Chebe layer of powder itself. All right, that's the front. Now let's do the back. And as a matter of fact, before the next application, well, I won't get it before the next application. When I'm done with this application, I'm going to go ahead and order more from Miss Sahel. I'm running low and I don't want to be in a situation. I'm just gonna flip the hair over so you can see and so I can do it better. This is the back side. So I would probably say from a week and a half now, when it's time to do the third application, I will not have run out of Chebe powder, okay? Do the ends, and remember this is the back side, I just flipped it. All right, so you see how I just flipped it? That was the back side. Now we have our Chebe layer on the front and in the back. Now I'm just going to add the mixture. Okay, all of the hair has been coated. Now it's time to braid. Remember, get your sections as even as possible. I think that's about right. Okay. All right, so remember we're going to do my roots taut, and then we're going to, or I am going to braid tightly, and I'm going to keep it flat. Okay, I'm just gonna leave that there for now. Twirl it and be done. I got this. I'm just gonna take it and go down. Let's see if you can hear the plop. Did you hear it? Okay. So, the only thing that I have left to do in the back is just the middle section, but I wanted to show you guys this side. So I'm going to finish the middle section, and then for visual learners or for someone who just wants to watch and then have words, I will do the front like that, okay? So I will see y'all when it's time to do the front. All right, I am done. It is, let's see what time it is. 1:24, so it took about 2.5 hours. And I switched what I watched. I didn't feel like looking for The Little Mermaid on Amazon, so I just watched Rain, which is the story of Mary, of Queen of Scots. So this is what my hair looks like, and it's going to look the exact, actually it's not necessarily starting to dry, but when my hair fully dries, this is what it will look like at the bottom. So my hair is definitely stretched, but this is what, let's see if I can put it down some. There we go. This is what my hair looks like. So I am just going to allow it to air dry. I am going to get some lunch, and that's going to be it for the rest of the day. Sorry, my camera died. So as I was saying, for the second application, I will be on Instagram at 12 Eastern. This is what my hair looks like. It is beginning to dry. If you have any questions, leave them down below. I just want to remind you, here on YouTube, I do upload videos every Wednesday and Sunday, and of course right here or right here, I'll put my Instagram handle. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, you guys. Bye.
We always have it coming.